Have you ever felt your body rebel, screaming danger with every fiber, even when your mind can't identify any threat? That wave of terror that sweeps you away, that makes you question your own sanity, and that, at its peak, leaves you with a single desperate question. Where is God in all of this? This feeling of abandonment, of faith draining away as the body collapses, is a dark and lonely place. But what if even in that profound darkness, there was a light you couldn't yet see? What if the very act of questioning, of crying out, was the first step towards discovering a presence far more intimate and enduring than you ever imagined? This isn't about finding easy answers, but about finding a deeper truth that can hold you even when the ground beneath you feels like it's crumbling. It was precisely in that place of questioning and terror that Mark found himself. He was in the middle of a board meeting, the CEO's voice echoing over the last quarter's figures, when the cold wave crept up his spine. This wasn't just presentation nerves, it was something far older and more primitive, a primal fear taking hold. The air in the room, previously just a little stuffy, suddenly became dense, heavy as if every molecule was refusing to enter his lungs. He tried to focus on the projected spreadsheet, but the letters danced, the colors blurred, and the only real thing was the hammering beat in his temples, a tribal drum announcing an imminent catastrophe. Mark, an architect known for his calm and precision, felt cold sweat trickle down the back of his neck, a bizarre contrast to the internal inferno radiating from within him. His fingers, which minutes before had been drawing perfect lines on a tablet, now trembled uncontrollably. He gripped his pen, its tip digging into his palm, trying to use the physical pain to anchor him, to pull him back to reality. But his mind was already elsewhere, in a dark, suffocating tunnel, and the only question that echoed was, where is God in this? The room full of colleagues, the multi-million-dollar project, the entire corporate world, everything dissolved into a distant, meaningless hum. He was alone, utterly alone, at the epicenter of an earthquake no one else seemed to feel, or perhaps chose not to acknowledge. He forced himself to breathe. 1, 2, 3 times. Each inhale a monumental effort. Each exhale a relief so tiny it was almost imperceptible. His mouth was bone dry. His heart felt like it wanted to leap from his chest, a frantic bird trapped in a cage. He knew what this was. It had happened before. A silent personal battle, but never like this. Never in such a public professional setting where the facade of control was everything. Shame began to mix with terror, a secondary poison threatening to corrode what little dignity he had left. He just wanted to disappear, to vanish from that room, from that moment, from this skin that seemed to be turning against him, from a reality that felt utterly hostile. Perhaps that's not exactly your scene. Maybe your battlefield is the oppressive silence of the early morning, or the overwhelming sensory overload of a crowded supermarket, or the frustrating paralysis of traffic at a standstill. But perhaps the feeling is hauntingly familiar, that sudden, unbidden terror that grips you without warning, the physical sensations that convince you something is terribly wrong, the profound sense of isolation even when surrounded by life. The feeling that the ground has given way beneath your feet, and you're falling, endlessly falling, with God's voice sounding like a distant, fading whisper, or worse, an utterly deafening silence. In these moments when life hits us with overwhelming force, when the familiar turns frightening, and the path ahead disappears into a thick fog of fear, it can feel like we are utterly alone. But what if that feeling of being alone is precisely where a deeper connection can begin? What if the very act of reaching out, even in despair, opens a door to a presence that has been there all along, waiting to be acknowledged? In this video, we're going to walk through a story, an ancient psalm, a deep reflection, and a heartfelt prayer. And as we do, you'll see a candle burning, a quiet flame in the darkness. It's more than just a symbol. It's a gentle, persistent reminder that God's light isn't just waiting for us at the end of the tunnel. It arrives right here, in the middle of the darkness, illuminating the path, even when we can't feel its warmth or fully see its source. It's a promise that even when you feel utterly lost, you are not forgotten. If any part of Mark's story or these feelings resonates with you, please consider hitting the like button. It helps us know we're not alone in these struggles, and it helps this message reach others who might need it. Mark's story, leaving that meeting room, is a snapshot of a moment many of us know all too well. That desperate feeling of needing to escape, to find air, to just be somewhere else when the world around you feels perfectly normal, but your internal world is a maelstrom of chaos. It's the quiet terror of waking up in the middle of the night, heart pounding, convinced something is terribly wrong, even though the house is silent and everyone else is peacefully asleep. It's the insidious way panic can hijack your breath, your thoughts, your very sense of self, leaving you feeling like a stranger in your own skin, a prisoner in your own body. It tells you insidious lies about what's happening, about what's coming, about who you are, and most painfully, about who God is. It whispers that you're utterly alone, that no one truly understands, and that this suffocating feeling will never, ever truly go away. And in those moments, when the waves of fear crash over you relentlessly, when your body feels like it's a traitor, and your mind races with an endless loop of worst-case scenarios, it's not just natural, it's almost inevitable to wonder where God is. Does He truly see this agonizing struggle? Does He genuinely care about this profound suffering? Does He even exist in this terrifying, visceral, all-consuming experience? It's incredibly difficult to pray when your throat is tight with fear and your thoughts are fragmented, scattered like dust in the wind. It's almost impossible to believe in a loving, comforting presence when all you feel is an overwhelming, suffocating dread. Yet 3,000 years ago, someone felt precisely this. They felt the world closing in, the relentless physical grip of fear, the overwhelming sense of being utterly consumed. And in their raw, desperate honesty, they wrote it down. This is from Psalm 18, a profound and honest cry from the depths of human distress, a psalm that courageously doesn't shy away from the terrifying reality of human suffering, but rather embraces it. Let's listen to just a few lines, slowly, letting them breathe and sink into your spirit. The cords of death entangled me. The torrents of destruction overwhelmed me. Pause there for a moment. Cords of death. Doesn't that phrase capture the chilling feeling of being bound, tied up, utterly unable to move or escape when panic takes hold? It's not merely a fleeting emotion. It's a profound physical sensation, like invisible ropes tightening relentlessly around you, restricting your movement, your breath, your very will to resist, and torrents of destruction. Imagine a sudden violent flash flood, powerful and merciless, sweeping everything away in its path. That's precisely what a panic attack can feel like, isn't it? A sudden, overwhelming, uncontrollable force that washes over you, leaving you gasping for air, disoriented and utterly helpless. It's not a gentle rain. It's a torrent, a deluge that threatens to drown you completely in its sheer intensity. The cords of Sheol coiled around me. The snares of death confronted me. Cords of Sheol. Sheol was the ancient word for the grave, the underworld, a place of shadows and no return. So, this isn't just about feeling overwhelmed. It's about feeling like you're already in the chilling grip of death, even when you're physically alive. It's the terrifying sensation that something fundamental is ending, that you're being dragged down into a darkness from which there's no escape, and snares of death. A snare is a cunning trap, something specifically designed to catch and hold its victim captive. When panic strikes, it can feel exactly like that. A cruel trap sprung suddenly, holding you captive, making escape seem utterly impossible. You're caught, and the more you struggle, the tighter and more inescapable the snare seems to become. These aren't just ancient words etched on parchment. They are a profound mirror reflecting the very real, very physical, very terrifying experience of panic that transcends time. They tell us with undeniable clarity that someone long ago knew this exact texture of fear, this exact sense of being overwhelmed and trapped. And in that profound knowing, in that shared human experience across millennia, there is a quiet, undeniable comfort. As you listen to these words, perhaps you can look at the candle in the video. Its flame is steady, even as the air around it might stir. It's a small light, yes, but it's undeniably there. It's a quiet, persistent reminder that God's presence isn't always a booming voice from the heavens or a sudden miraculous intervention. Sometimes it's just a steady, quiet light, burning faithfully in the darkness, even when everything else feels like a relentless torrent. We just sat with the raw, almost jarring honesty of Psalm 18, acknowledging the cords of death, the torrents of destruction, and the snares of Sheol. These aren't just poetic phrases. They paint a vivid, terrifying picture of being utterly overwhelmed, physically and spiritually. It's a feeling that resonates deeply, almost painfully, with anyone who has experienced the terrifying, suffocating grip of a panic attack, where the world shrinks to the size of your fear, and every single breath feels like an agonizing battle for survival. The psalmist, in his profound wisdom, doesn't sugarcoat the experience. He doesn't pretend it's a minor inconvenience or a fleeting discomfort. He describes it with a raw, unflinching honesty that gives us, the listeners, explicit permission to acknowledge the full, terrifying scope of our own struggles, without shame or judgment. Let's return to that powerful, almost visceral image of the torrents of destruction. When you're caught in a torrent, what truly happens to your sense of control? Does it feel like you're steering your own course, confidently navigating the waters? Or are you just being helplessly swept along, a mere leaf in a raging river? In those moments of panic, it's incredibly easy to feel utterly powerless, isn't it? Like you're being dragged downstream by a force far greater, far more relentless than yourself. The psalmist isn't just describing a bad day or a momentary setback. He's describing a complete and terrifying loss of agency, a profound feeling that life itself is actively pulling you under, threatening to submerge you completely. And for someone experiencing panic, this isn't a mere metaphor. It's the lived, terrifying reality of the body and mind being overwhelmed, a complete system shutdown. It's the chilling fear that you'll never find solid ground again, that this relentless current will just keep pulling you further and further into the unknown, into an abyss of fear. Now let's consider the equally potent images of the cords of death and the snares of Sheol. When you feel those cords tightening, those snares closing in around you, does it feel like there's an easy, obvious way out? Or does every desperate struggle, every frantic attempt to break free just seem to make the trap tighter, the binding more secure, the escape more impossible? This isn't just about feeling trapped. It's about feeling trapped by something that feels like death itself, a premonition of an ending. The insidious shame that often accompanies panic, the feeling that you should be able to control it, only tightens those cords, making the burden heavier. It's the profound loneliness of being caught in a snare that no one else can see. A silent, invisible battle where your own body feels like the ultimate enemy, a betrayer. The psalmist gives voice to that profound sense of being bound, of having your freedom, your peace, your very life force, constricted and suffocated. It's the terrifying fear that this feeling will consume you entirely, that you'll be permanently altered, permanently diminished, permanently scarred by it. What these images from the psalm do, so powerfully and so timelessly, is to tell us that it's profoundly okay to name the depth of our fear, the sheer intensity of our physical sensations, and the profound, overwhelming sense of being consumed. This isn't a text that tells you to just snap out of it, or to have more faith as if it were a simple choice. It's a text that says, with a voice that echoes across millennia, I know this feeling. I know this terror. I know this agonizing sense of being submerged and trapped. The psalm itself is a lament, a raw guttural cry from the depths of human experience. It honors the brutal reality of the struggle. It shows us that even within the most sacred texts, there is ample space for anger, for questioning, for the raw, unvarnished truth of what it truly feels like when God seems utterly silent and the world feels like it's irrevocably ending. It doesn't rush to offer platitudes or easy comfort. It first sits with the pain, acknowledging its brutal, undeniable reality. And the candle burning steadily beside us is a quiet, unwavering witness to this profound truth. It doesn't magically extinguish the darkness, but it exists powerfully within it. It reminds us that even when we feel completely submerged by the torrents, even when the cords feel impossibly tight and suffocating, there is a light that persists, a presence that remains. Even if we can't feel its warmth or fully see its source, it's not an explanation for the pain, but a quiet, unwavering companion within it, a beacon of enduring hope. If this message is bringing you a sense of comfort or understanding, consider subscribing to our channel. We share more reflections like this to help navigate life's challenging moments and find light in the darkness. In the last part, we sat with a raw, unvarnished honesty of Psalm 18, acknowledging the torrents of destruction and the cords of death that can feel so terrifyingly real during a panic attack. The psalmist, in his profound wisdom, didn't pretend these feelings weren't utterly overwhelming. But the psalm crucially doesn't end there. It moves not away from the pain, but courageously through it, towards a profound declaration of trust and an experience of divine rescue. This is where the narrative shifts, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the despair. Let's look at another powerful redemptive image from this psalm, one that offers a profoundly different perspective, a turning point. He reached down from on high and took hold of me. He drew me out of deep waters. When you're in those deep churning waters, feeling the relentless currents pull you down, what does it truly mean to imagine a hand reaching down, specifically to take hold of you? Does it feel like a distant, abstract theological idea, or something deeply personal, intimately tangible, and desperately, urgently needed in that moment of drowning? This isn't about God passively waiting for you to somehow swim to shore on your own strength. It's about God actively, powerfully reaching into the deep, treacherous waters where you are, where the panic has you gasping for every precious breath, and then, with unwavering strength, actively pulling you out. It's a vivid picture of divine intervention, of a loving presence that doesn't just observe your struggle from a safe distance, but courageously enters it, getting wet alongside you. It acknowledges the profound truth that sometimes you simply cannot pull yourself out of the abyss. You need to be drawn out. This image speaks to the undeniable truth that even when you feel utterly helpless, completely spent, there is an ultimate strength, a divine hand that can reach into your deepest fear and begin to lift you, gently but firmly. It's not a promise that the waters will magically disappear, but a steadfast assurance that you won't be left to drown in them. And then, the psalmist continues, describing the glorious outcome of this miraculous rescue. He brought me out into a spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. After feeling the cords tighten, the snares close in, and the torrents overwhelm, what does the profound idea of being brought into a spacious place truly evoke for you? Is it just physical space, a change of scenery, or something far more profound? A sacred space to breathe, to think, to simply be without the crushing, suffocating weight of fear and anxiety. A spacious place is the absolute antithesis of the constricted, trapped, claustrophobic feeling of panic. It's room to breathe deeply, room to move freely, room for your scattered thoughts to finally settle and find coherence. It's the profound relief that comes when the intensity begins to recede, when the relentless grip of fear loosens, and you can finally take a full, unhindered, life-giving breath. This isn't necessarily about the external circumstances changing overnight, or all your problems vanishing. It's about a profound internal shift, a moment of sacred reprieve where you can feel God's presence not just in the struggle, but actively leading you through it, guiding you to safety. It's a powerful reminder that even after the most terrifying, soul-shaking moments, there can be a return to a place of peace, a place where you are held, safe, and deeply cherished. The psalmist reminds us that this rescue isn't just an act of duty, but an act of divine delight. God delights in rescuing you. So how can this ancient psalm, these timeless words, truly enter your daily life, especially when the weight of panic or anxiety inevitably returns? It's not about a one-time fix, but a continuous practice of reorientation. When you feel that familiar tightening in your chest, that racing heart, that overwhelming sense of being consumed, try this. Return to a specific verse. Pick a line like, "He drew me out of deep waters," or "He brought me out into a spacious place." Don't just read it passively. Feel it. Let it resonate within you. Let these powerful words be an anchor, a lifeline in the storm. Say them out loud, even if it's just a whisper, letting the sound ground you. Sit with a line before sleep. If the evenings are when anxiety spikes, when the quiet allows fears to amplify, take one of these phrases and let it be the very last thought before you close your eyes. It's not a magic spell, but a gentle, intentional reorientation of your focus, a quiet, defiant declaration of trust in the midst of uncertainty. Look at the candle. As you engage in this practice, let your gaze rest on the candle in the video. It's a visual anchor, a tangible reminder that light is always present, even when everything else feels dark and chaotic. It's not a light that banishes all shadows instantly, but one that steadily, faithfully burns, a quiet testament to a presence that is always there, reaching down, drawing you out, leading you to a spacious place, one precious breath at a time. Before we go any further, I want you to take a breath, a deep, slow, intentional breath. Let it fill your lungs, and then release it slowly. Sometimes in the midst of so many words, so much struggle, so much seeking, words need to stop. And the profound silence that follows can often do what no sentence, however eloquent, can ever achieve. Look at the candle. Really look at it. See the flame, how it dances ever so slightly, a tiny resilient flicker against the vast darker background. Notice the subtle way the light catches, perhaps on a surface nearby, creating a soft, comforting glow. It's steady, isn't it? Quietly burning, unwavering in its purpose, a beacon of persistence. It doesn't demand your attention with a shout, but it holds its ground with a quiet, undeniable presence. I invite you now to breathe, just for a moment. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to solve any problem. Don't try to force any feeling. Just be present with that small, persistent light, Let it be a gentle, tender reminder of a quiet presence, a steady warmth, an enduring hope, even when everything else feels cold, uncertain, and overwhelming. Take another deep, slow breath. Let it be a moment of surrender, a moment of simply being. Welcome back. After that quiet, grounding moment with the candle, let's return to the very heart of what we're exploring. We've talked about the raw, visceral experience of panic, those torrents of destruction that can sweep us away, and the profound, often agonizing question of God's presence in it all. I don't know if this will make sense to everyone, but there's something I keep coming back to when I think about these moments, these panic attacks that feel like a physical assault, a betrayal from within, and the deafening silence from above. It's the honest, brutal truth that sometimes prayer feels like talking to the ceiling. You pour out your heart, you beg for relief, you plead for a sign, you cry out for intervention, and all you seem to get back is the hollow echo of your own voice, amplified by the silence. Believing in God, truly believing with every fiber of your being, doesn't magically make the fear disappear. It doesn't miraculously stop the heart from racing or the breath from catching in your throat. In fact, sometimes the very act of trying to hold on to faith in the midst of such profound physical and emotional chaos can feel like an added burden, an impossible task. God can seem so absent, so distant, so utterly silent for so long that you begin to wonder if he was ever really there at all, or if you just imagined him, a comforting illusion. It's okay to admit that. It's okay to feel that. It's okay to voice that profound, unsettling doubt. I've been sitting with this for a while, this agonizing tension between unwavering faith and the brutal, undeniable reality of pain. And I don't have all the easy answers. I can't promise you that if you pray harder, the panic will miraculously vanish. I can't tell you that God will instantly change your circumstances, or that the deep, dark valley you're walking through will suddenly, effortlessly become a sunlit mountaintop. The valley is real. The panic is real. And sometimes it's very, very long, stretching out endlessly before you. Your struggle is not a sign of weak faith or a punishment for some hidden sin. It's a profound sign of being human, of living in a world where bodies and minds are fragile, susceptible to pain, and where the spiritual journey often involves wrestling with profound doubt, agonizing fear, and persistent uncertainty. But here's what I've come to understand, and it's not a simple resolution, but a profound reorientation. It's a different, more resilient way of standing inside the same difficult, painful situation. Remember those deep waters from Psalm 18, the ones the psalmist felt he was desperately drowning in? And then the powerful line, "He reached down from on high and took hold of me. He drew me out of deep waters." For a long time I, like many, imagined God pulling me out of the water and setting me on dry, safe land, far away from the danger, the struggle, the fear. But what if drawing me out doesn't always mean instant, complete removal from the struggle? What if it means being held firmly and lovingly within the struggle itself? Think about Mark, leaving that meeting room. He was still in the immediate grip of the aftermath of panic. The external situation hadn't fundamentally changed. The panic had happened, and its echoes lingered. But perhaps in that moment of needing to escape, of needing air, of needing a single moment of reprieve, there was a subtle yet profound shift. Not a full resolution, but a reorientation. A tiny, almost imperceptible movement from being completely consumed by the torrents to finding a small internal space to breathe, to think, to simply be, even if the waves were still crashing violently around him. This is where the image of God drawing us out of deep waters takes on a new, richer, more profound layer of meaning. It's not just about being rescued from the water, but being rescued in the water. It's about finding a way to remain standing, to keep breathing, to maintain your sense of self, even when you're still submerged, even when the currents are strong. It's about realizing that God's hand isn't always pulling you to a distant, safe shore, but sometimes it's simply holding you steady, keeping your head above water, right there in the midst of the storm, right there in the heart of the chaos. The spacious place isn't always a physical location, a geographical escape. It can be a profound internal spaciousness, a tiny sacred pocket of peace that God creates within you, a sanctuary for your soul, even when the external world and your internal sensations are still overwhelmingly chaotic. The candle burning here with us is a perfect visual for this profound truth. It's not burning in a perfectly calm, safe, sterile room, devoid of all struggle. It's burning in this space, with this conversation, with this pain, with this uncertainty. Its light is inside the tunnel, not just waiting patiently at the very end. It doesn't magically make the tunnel disappear, but it makes the arduous journey through it possible, illuminated. It's a quiet, persistent presence that whispers, "You are not alone in this. You are held, even when you can't feel it, even when you can't see it. There is a hand reaching down, holding you, steadying you, right here, right now, in this very moment." This isn't about finding an easy answer to why the panic happens, or why God feels distant. It's about finding a way to remain present, to remain held, to remain connected within the profound, often uncomfortable question itself. It's about cultivating a quiet openness, a radical willingness to be held, to be sustained, even when everything in you wants to fight, to flee, or to simply give up. It's about discovering that sometimes the deepest faith is found not in certainty, but in the courage to keep seeking, to keep breathing, to keep trusting, even in the darkest night. We've walked through some deep, often difficult and profoundly personal territory together. We've acknowledged the raw, visceral reality of panic, the feeling of being swept away by torrents of destruction, and the profound, agonizing question of God's presence when He seems utterly silent. We've also begun to reorient our understanding, seeing that God's hand can reach down and hold us even in the deep waters, creating a spacious place within our very souls, not just at the end of the struggle, but right in the midst of it. Now, as we move towards the final, sacred part of our time together, I want to extend a deeply personal invitation to you, an invitation to prayer. This isn't about performing or finding the perfect eloquent words or even feeling a certain prescribed way. It's simply about showing up, exactly as you are, with everything you're carrying in your heart and mind. If you feel like your faith is hanging by the thinnest of threads, bring that thread. If you feel utterly exhausted, bring your exhaustion. If you feel angry, frustrated, or confused, bring your anger, your frustration, your confusion. God, in His infinite capacity, can work with all of it, with every raw, honest emotion. There are no rigid rules here, no demanding expectations. But if it helps to ground you, you might consider a simple physical gesture. Perhaps placing a hand gently over your heart as a tender way to acknowledge the tenderness and vulnerability you might be feeling in this moment. Or if you feel comfortable, you could softly close your eyes for a moment to quiet the external world and focus inward on your own breath, on your own being. You might even just rest your gaze on the candle, letting its steady, unwavering flame be a gentle anchor for your thoughts, a focal point for your spirit. Take one slow, intentional breath before we begin. Just one. Let it be an invitation to simply be for a moment, to rest in the present, to allow yourself to be held. I don't know if it's a mere coincidence that you ended up watching this video today, at this precise moment in your life. Maybe it is. But maybe, just maybe, there's a profound reason you're here right now, in this sacred space, and whatever you've brought with you, the doubt, the exhaustion, the half-belief, the full-blown terror, the quiet hope, know that it's all welcome here. God meets us not where we should be, not where we pretend to be, but precisely where we are, in our raw, authentic truth. If this journey has resonated deeply with you, if it has offered even a glimmer of light, please consider sharing it with someone who might desperately need to hear this message. You never know whose darkness a little light, a little understanding might profoundly touch. All right. If you're ready, let's pray together. You don't need to repeat after me or even say anything out loud. Just listen, and let these words be a reflection of your own heart, or simply a quiet, heartfelt offering in this sacred moment. Let us pray. O God, we come before you, not with perfect faith, not with all the answers, but with honest, vulnerable hearts. We confess that sometimes the world feels overwhelmingly too much, and our own bodies feel like they're betraying us, turning against us. We confess the raw fear, the crushing anxiety, the suffocating panic that grips us, that feels exactly like those cords of death tightening, like torrents of destruction sweeping us away into an abyss. We confess the agonizing moments when we cry out, "Where are you in all of this?" When your voice seems utterly silent and your comforting presence feels impossibly distant. We bring you our racing hearts, our shallow, desperate breaths, our trembling, unsteady hands. We bring you the insidious shame of feeling utterly out of control, the profound exhaustion of constant vigilance and internal battle. We bring you the gnawing doubt, the unanswered questions, the moments when hope feels like a luxurious dream we cannot possibly afford. And in this profound vulnerability, we humbly ask for your unwavering presence, not necessarily to miraculously remove the storm, but to be intimately with us in it, to be our anchor. Reach down, we pray, from on high and take hold of us with your strong, loving hand. Draw us out of these deep waters, not always to dry land, but to a place where we can breathe, where we can feel your hand steadying us, supporting us, even as the waves crash relentlessly around us. Help us to find that spacious place within our souls, that internal calm you alone can create, even when the external world and our internal sensations are overwhelmingly chaotic. Remind us through the quiet, persistent flicker of a candle, through the gentle, rhythmic beat of our own hearts, that your light persists, that your love endures, that you are here, not just waiting patiently at the end of the tunnel, but right here, right now, in the very middle of our deepest darkness. You are the steady hand, the quiet presence, the unwavering light, our constant companion. Thank you for seeing us, for hearing our silent cries, for holding us in your infinite grace. May we rest in the profound knowledge that we are never truly alone, and that even in our deepest fears, our most agonizing moments, we are held by an everlasting, unconditional love. Amen. Thank you for joining me on this journey, for sharing this sacred space. Remember, the candle continues to burn, a symbol of enduring hope, and so does the light of God's presence, even in the deepest waters of our lives. If you found solace, strength, or a moment of peace in this message, please consider leaving a comment below to share your thoughts and experiences. Your story matters, and it can bring light to others. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more reflections like this, as we continue to explore faith, hope, and healing together. May you find profound peace and enduring strength in the days ahead.